You see, the blueprint, if you want to look at success, right? If you want to look at success, you look around. Because if you don't have it, you have to look outward. You have to figure out what is going on. And to me, while yes, the NFL is still king as far as popularity. But if you want to look at what the NBA has done. Look at what the NFL is trying to do. Now, they're not doing the best job, but look at what they're trying to do. They're trying to put players. Well, look. Let's speak with the NBA. I'm a big NBA guy. Let's speak with the NBA. The NBA found out more probably during. It really started the Dream Team era. The NBA used to be on tape delay. Like they used to show NBA Finals games on tape delay. Then they figured out it's we can't really market teams because people don't care about teams. I mean, except for the fans. But if we market players, because I mean, at the time you had Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Shaq. Well, not Shaq. You had Charles Barkley, David Robinson. It's like if we're going to market our players, fans are going to love those players. We don't really care if they love the team. We care if they love the players. And ever since then, it's just grew and grew and grew and grew to a point where now you ask, not everyone, of course, but you ask someone, what's your favorite team? A lot of people would say, I don't really have a favorite team. I have favorite players like Damian Lillard, like Steph Curry, like LeBron James, like Kevin Durant. The NBA has figured out a way to capitalize what people like. People want to follow players. Now, yes, you still have the fans, and they still, put players out. But why do you think every time they have a marquee game, whether it's ESPN, whether it's TNT, they always put the face of a player? Like last night, it was the Knicks and the Heat. And when you saw the promo, of course, they had the Knicks logo and they had the Heat logo. But behind the logo, they had Julius Randle and Jimmy Butler. Because they know people are going to connect more to a Julius Randle than to the Knicks, to a Jimmy Butler than to the Heat. The NBA has figured out a way to promote themselves the best way possible. Connect with people instead of teams. The NFL, they be tripping. They be struggling. But they're trying to put their best. They're trying to promote Joe Burrow. They're trying to promote Patrick Mahomes. They're trying to promote Lamar Jackson. They're trying to promote players like that. Let me get back to the MLB in this lockout. Why am I talking about this? Why are we talking about promotion of players? And why are we talking about popularity of sports when the topic is an MLB lockout? And the lockout is due to money. I'll say it because of this. This lockout is not much about money as much as about two sides standing on their lawns. And one side not giving restraint to another. It's like they are unwilling, at least so far, they have been unwilling to bend to their demands. That's what a standoff is. That's what a negotiation is. You come with demands. They're either going to meet some of them or not. But the problem that I have with this, and this is why I started with, the MLB is the only sport that does not have a salary cap, yet and still they are in a lockout. And I brought in the popularity because of this. If the MLB does not change, now again, do I think that there will be a season this year? Of course. I mean, there's way too much money to lose from players and owners for them not to have a season. However, do I think that there will be games canceled? I do, because I don't think that they'll get a deal done by Monday. I could definitely be wrong. And if I am wrong, of course, we'll talk about it when it happens. But I just don't see them, because all the reports are saying they're pretty much far apart in negotiations still. And it's Saturday. But I will say this, and I've talked about this time and time again. But now it's more prevalent. And it's more prevalent because there's a lot of different avenues that we can go. The MLB needs to understand that it is time to change. Because they're operating on such an old standard. And that old standard, to their credit, has got them where it's gotten them, but it's also gotten them to where it's gotten them, if that makes sense. People, again, there's the reason why these last few years have been one of the most popular years possible, because they have young talent. And while they try so hard to bring the game back to this, it's pastime. You're in danger of losing the fan for good. The players have a right to demand what they want to demand. They're the players. While the owners have a right to accept and pay what they want to pay because they're the owners. Lockouts like this really show you, in my opinion, really show you who cares about a championship and who really doesn't. Because if you look at most of the teams that have won championships have been either a high payroll, a deep dugout, or have a really talented group of people that they could afford. And the fact that people are arguing about money in a sport that has no salary cap is crazy to me. Now, let me before we get off this, no, it doesn't have a salary cap, but with TV deals and markets and stuff like that, there are teams that are operating with more money than others. Like the New York Yankees, while no, there is not a salary cap, the New York Yankees with their Yes Network and the region that they're in and the market that they're in can afford a bigger player than the Cleveland Indians, or the Dodgers can't because of the network they're in and the region they're in and the market they're in. They can afford bigger play. They can afford a Mookie Betts. They can afford a Chase Bellinger. They can afford a Clayton Kershaw more than a Seattle Mariners can. Now, yes, the Seattle Mariners have been good the last few years, but we're talking about markets. So while, no, it doesn't have a salary cap, some teams can afford more than others due to their markets. However, at the end of the day, the same is going to be the same. Do I think that players should get everything they want? Yes. But is that unrealistic? Yes. I do think there has to be a healthy medium, but I do think that owners have to realize that nobody goes to a game that says, yo, I can't wait to see the Pittsburgh Pirates manager. I can't wait to see them. Or a LA Angels. I can't wait to go see the owner. I can't wait. No, they say they can't wait to go see Ohtani. They can't wait to go see Mike Trout. A Phillies fan doesn't say, I can't wait to go see the owner. Hell, I put money. If you ask 10 people what their owner of their favorite team, what their owner's name is, I put money at least 8 to 9 people don't know. Hell, I'm a Washington Nationals fan, and I don't even know the owner. And we just won we just won a World Series, in 2019?